You might have heard or been told before that your glute medius is weak and it's contributing to your hip, knee, and ankle pains, and been given simple exercises like a clam or a side-lying abduction. While all that is great to start, we have to remember the action of that glute medius. It is to support that leg in single leg stance. So we need to put our body in contact with the ground in addition to those other exercises. But it's not about what you do, it's how you do it. And I'm a firm believer as a physical therapist that the connection to that glute medius actually starts from the ground up at our feet. Dr. Jenny Brannicke here. I'm going to talk about the 4 common reasons that I see as a licensed physical therapist of why someone's glute medius can be weak or they're just not seeing development within their glutes. Number 1 is TFL overuse. We have a muscle that's called our TFL that sits here on the side of our body. It's pretty much a pocket-sized muscle that sits and attaches to our AT band. It shares the exact same action here as our glute medius that's to the side here, in the fact that it does abduction out to the side, so bringing that leg out to the side. However, the only difference in addition also does kind of hip internal rotation as it rotates the hip medially. The only difference though between this TFL and the glute medius back here is the action of one sits a little bit more into hip flexion, the other one sits a little bit more into hip extension. So if your body is biased a little bit more with tighter hip flexors, tighter anterior kinetic chain of quads, hip flexors, and if you're thinking down in their anterior tibialis, those kind of things, then it's going to make it harder for you to be able to activate into that glute medius. Now that we understand the TFL anatomy just a little bit more, we also need to understand that the TFL works more in the sagittal plane of motion. So that is the up, down, forward, backward plane of motion, whereas the glute medius works more in that lateral plane. So incorporating more movements through it for that glute medius, where you're in hip extension rather than hip flexion, can also be beneficial, and just overall kind of getting more into those lateral rotational planes within your glute medius and overall training. Number 2 is open versus closed kinetic chain strength. We have to understand there's a big difference between open chain and closed kinetic chain exercises. Open chain is going to be any time that your feet are not in contact with the ground. So that's going to be like an abductor or a hamstring curl. Closed kinetic chain is any time that your body is in contact with the ground. So that's going to be more of a squat or a Bulgarian anytime you're in contact with the ground. So we have to make sure that we have both in contact but then also not in contact with the ground, because the glute med works very different when we have the ground reaction force coming back at us from the ground. Number 3 is having single leg movements within your training. Too often in my practice as a physical therapist do I see people not incorporating single leg movements, and this is what's going to help load and control that glute medius in a single leg stance. So think about adding movements like a step up, a lateral lunge, or even like a reverse lunge to really load those single leg movements. Number 4 is connection to the foot. Like I mentioned before, I'm a firm believer that the engagement of that glute medius starts from the ground up at the feet. A lot of my clients are bodybuilders and really strong athletes, so I'm forced to find these little things that poke out, and a lot of it is from the feet. So let's talk about some strengthening exercises for the glute medius and apply it to a real patient. All right, here we got Megan here. We're gonna take her through a little lateral walk tutorial and kind of see what she does in the begin with. We're also gonna test her kind of glute med and TFL strength. So what I'm gonna have you do is we're gonna lay on this box here, so just laying on your side facing that way. Yep, and then I'm gonna take your leg here. So first we're gonna test this glute medius. So I'm gonna kind of roll your hips forward, kind of bring that toe a little bit downward as we're a little bit into hip extension, and I want you to hold this nice and strong for me, so don't let me move you. Keep that strong, 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 strong. So that's that glute medius strength. So then if we give her a little more TFL, so like we said before, that TFL, hold that nice and strong for me, bias a little bit into hip flexion, hold that. So she's way stronger with her TFL compared to that glute medius. So, okay, so let's stand up here. I'll have you pop your shoes off for me here. Alrighty, so I'm gonna have you put this band on right above your knees there. Head for me. And then we're just gonna kind of see what she does with her lateral walk, just to kind of start out without any instruction. I just wanna see what she looks like. So I'm just gonna have you do what you normally would do in a lateral walk, just kind of going back and forth. Yeah, you go back that way. All right, so not too bad there. We're gonna put on a second band here. So I'm gonna have you put this band at our ankles. Moderate band at the top, lighter band at the bottom. The purpose of that is because a lot of times when people do those lateral walks, that top band is really, really tight, and they get into that kind of position where now we're working more internal rotation of the legs and we want external rotation. That's what that glute medius does. So what I want you to think about doing is we're gonna think about 4 pressure points this entire time. Okay, so it's kind of like a tripod. So bottom of the pinky toe, bottom of the heel, then bottom of the big toe, and the last one is your big toe. So we're maintaining the pressure points from that the entire time. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit our hips back, nice athletic stance, load those glutes, and I just want you to rotate, just squeezing that glute medius and rotating one leg outwards. Okay, so while you maintain those pressure points, just do one leg at a time. So let's go ahead and do this leg. So just rotating while you maintain those pressure points, yep. And then back, and then again, rotate that leg out. You can see where that's where that big toe activation comes in. So if we lose that, go again, yep. And then rotate back out. And you can think about it all coming from that side glute, because we can do the knees all day, yep, and then back in. And again, think about engaging and squeezing from there. Yep, while we maintain that foot. Okay, do 2 more there. Squeeze here first, yep. And then back straight. And then 1 more. Yep, really load that leg. And again, squeeze here first. Good, keep that big toe down, there you go. This is the hard part of it. As silly as it is, big toe engagement correlates to glute engagement, and that's gonna be really your counterbalance. Let's do 1 more right there. Perfect. Okay, so I call these the Elvis. Okay, so it's like the Elvis Presley. We'll refer to that kind of position. So full Elvis is being loaded into that side glute, fully arched foot, nice and engaged. Okay, so now we're gonna go into that lateral walk. We're gonna take that step, we're gonna drive into the Elvis position and then grab that glute and then join that leg. Okay, take that step, drive and then join that leg. Take that step, drive into that rotation, yep. So take that step, drive and load, yep, and then join it. Take that step, drive and load. Really think about when you're taking that step, you keep this loaded here and then join that leg, so you don't let that come back in. Yep. Let's take 1 more step. Perfect. Okay, so now what I want you to think about doing is getting into a squat position. I want you to get both loaded into those glute medius, so load into the Elvis position on both sides. And then what I want you to do is I want you to kind of get into a squat position, get back into that squat, and I want you to try to activate that side glute, then relax it. Activate it, relax it, by just trying to almost push your hips out. So don't think about it for your knees, yep, and then relax. Activate again, and relax, and activate, and relax. And then 1 more big activation, and then stand up with that activation. Good, just keep that stand. Let's go again, sit back on those hips, keep that Elvis loaded. Yep, and then activate, and relax, activate, relax, activate, and then stand. Good, so it should feel like you're exploding out the sides of your hips when we're squatting. So it's not just quads and glutes. We should think about when we're getting to the bottom of that movement, by driving through those side hips, trying to squeeze out to the side while we have those feet nice and maintained and loaded. Alrighty, so let's take those bands off and let's apply it to like a single leg movement, like a slide or reverse lunge here. What we're gonna think about doing is we're gonna load into the Elvis position, so driving into there, thinking about that tripod position plus that big toe, loading into there, and I want you to just go into a reverse lunge. We have to keep this loaded position, or when we come back up, you're really gonna come inward like that. So you have to keep this load, start with that load, get that glute med active, and then we sit it back. You keep that position, drive from those feet to kind of bring yourself back up to that. Drive with that Elvis, yep. And then drive and come back. Keep this load into that glute as you bring yourself back up, yep. And then go again, sit that hip back. Keep that load there, and then bring it back up. And then go again. Keep that load, keep that big toe down. Drive through as you come back up. Do a rep, don't even think about that. Don't think about what your feet are doing. Just go back and come back up. Don't think about that. You can see where that leg just immediately comes back in. So that's where getting that connection and really rotating to the Elvis where you have that big toe down so you have a nice stable arch. That's what we're trying to do here, is create a stable arch so that kinetic energy goes up to the hamstrings, into the glutes, and it doesn't get lost in the foot because our foot is kind of just moving around, okay? So that's what I want you to think about whenever you're doing any type of single leg movements or even just lateral walks, any of those movements, just to kind of load that side glute a little bit more, starting at the foot, to then kind of give that abductor movement up into the glutes.
4 reps. Oh, shit.
So literally though, you could really think about like every single thing that you do, you load like that. Even like a step up, coming up, don't let your leg or your foot just kind of go back and forth. Like you really keep that position in like every single thing that you do, or even like a squat like we just did, like you load there, because that's what powerlifters try to do, is they try to get into this wide squance to kind of come like this, but you want to think about, okay, just rotating our knees out to then be able to open those wide hips.
I think that's been like the biggest disconnect for me, is like I always know that I need to rotate my knees out, but I don't pay attention to like the pressure points through my feet on the floor, or like engaging there too. Yeah. I literally am just think like, about knees. Rotate, yep, knees. Rotate it out.
And that's when people lose the big toes, and that's where that glute toe correlation kind of comes in. So, because a lot of times people will be like, well, okay, you just want me to externally rotate or just supinate, and it's like, it's not necessarily that, it's like the entire kinetic chain. It's not just the foot, it's not just the hip, it's all parts coming together to create that motion. If you guys want another video on some glute medius strengthening exercises, be sure to leave a comment and make sure you subscribe. We're gonna be releasing videos every Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.